What do you see as the role of amateur science? Why do we need it? What value does it bring to helping us understand and prepare for the climate crisis?
Well, science is really trying to understand better the natural world. And amateur science simply means that all of us can do it. We can all be a part of gathering more information, more data about this world that we all live in. The opportunity for anybody to contribute to our knowledge base of the natural world, and specifically the oceans, is novel and really exciting to me.
Steve Simpson set us kind of a challenge to go and collect this world's first transect the length of the British Isles with some relatively simple equipment. So we've got a sound recorder which is battery operated, and we've got what's called a hydrophone. Basically, it's an aquatic microphone. Listening to the ocean has really opened up a whole new world of what we can learn about our environment, what we can learn about climate change. We're a very visual species. We live above the sea. It's hard to see down there, and it also is kind of this mysterious unknown. But by dropping these microphones into the ocean and listening, we found out the difference between how noisy it is in a really nature-rich area, where seagrass meadows are being restored, or where there's merle beds, the equivalent of our coral reefs. It's absolutely bustling and teeming with life down there. You can hear things crawling and clicking and grunting and all kinds of amazing sounds. So it's really opened up our eyes to actually what's going on beneath the surface. And that's telling us a lot about the changes we're causing.
So these sounds are going to be used in two ways. We're going to be using them for science, but also we're using it in artistic ways. We're using it to change hearts and minds. So we've been taking these sounds of the snapping shrimp and some of the samples of the dolphins and the whales in our waters, and we've put them together into a mega mix, an ocean mix of 100% aquatic sounds, so that we can share that sound out both at COP and with people at home. Because unless you listen to something, you can't connect with it. Unless you connect with it, you can't care. And if we don't care about it, we're not going to make the step change in the policies that we need and the transforming ways of living that we need to be able to reverse the effects of climate change.
What is your hope, your message for COP26?
My hope really is that people will do the opposite of talking. They'll take a second to stop. That the leaders will take a second to stop and listen to what's already here, what's around us. We know that music moves us, and we need to be moved if we want a different outcome.
What I'm most passionate about is trying to learn about and share, how profoundly interconnected we all are, both to each other, but also especially to the natural world.
I think for me, the ocean is kind of like forgotten about a lot by us and by global leaders, and I think there's no greater illustration of that than the fact it's not on the main agenda at COP26. It covers 2/3 of our planet. It has all these amazing benefits for us, and I think when the dialogue has always been about land and trees and clearance of the Amazon and things like that, we forget actually the ocean is producing most of our oxygen, the ocean is sinking most carbon, the ocean is keeping our planet cool. And to say to our global leaders, if not at this COP26, because it's happening tonight, maybe at the next one, that oceans really need to be part of this discussion. We can't ignore them any longer. It is out of sight, out of mind, and I think we just need to actually listen and make it a bigger part of the discourse around climate change.
Can we throw in a little challenge just for fun at the end?
Yes, please. Like, that's a good point. Like, what is your ask to people out there? What can they do?
My ask to world leaders and to people listening and watching at home is to move beyond talking, to actually get outside, to immerse yourself, to connect, and maybe to go and do some amateur acoustic recordings, to actually get involved and let that act of participation actually transform you. That's what leads to change. It starts inside and then gets manifest outside. So, Boris Johnson, get on the boat. Let's get you out on the water.
Let's get some recording.
Yeah, let's give you an experience,
Perfect. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really great. I literally haven't felt inspired for a while.